Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of Bringing It Home, and in this one we're taking a look at the new premium M4 line from Aries, which is the Aries M4 X Class. Yeah, another new M4 on the market. You know how it is. We've heard that disagreement all too many times before. And you guys know how much I love my M45 from Aries. So the fact that you've got the same technology and bits and pieces as the M45, barring a few features, as you have in this new M4 X Class, straight away I was interested and I had to get my hands on one. So for all intensive purposes, let's get the boring bits out of the way. I'm not looking at the box, it's just a normal Aries box with like a sort of coppery gold inlay with an outline of the rifle. You can see here this one's a little bit different because I've got accessories on it because I plan to use this as one of my primary rifles. It's an M4, it's got a sliding stock, it's got flip up iron sights which are metal and are very good quality. The snap on them is very good too. You can actually change the rear sight picture just by flipping up that little latch there. You have the Aries slim motor and pistol grip. This comes fitted standard. It's got a more vertical style grip on there. It's very comfy indeed. Feels like a real grip because obviously the width is a lot thinner. Comes with a 130 round, 140 round PMag style AMag series. These are very good magazines. That comes in the box. You've got a M-lok style, and I'll overlay a picture of what the standard rifle looks like because obviously I've put a few bits on this. You've got a Geisley style front rail system here, which is on this one, which is 9 inches with plenty of M-lok space there and 2 QD points, one on each side. The receiver looks a lot like a Radian Arms receiver. It's neither here or there. Pull the charging handle back, it will lock the little faux bolt back and you can access to the hop-up. The hop-up looks pretty much identical to the M45 series. You can hit the slide release to drop that front forward and hide away your hop unit. The fire selector can be found on both sides and is the same selector that's found on the M45 X Class. Safe, semi and full auto is the standard setting out the box. The bolt release can be functioned on both sides, and the mag release is also ambidextrous, which can be had on either side of the M4. On the front here you have a steel flash hider. The barrel is threaded to 14mm clockwise. I know I can hear you in the back going, oh, what the hell? But it's just something Aries do from time to time. Every now and again they'll do a counterclockwise thing like the RDB, probably because Evike or EMG manufacturing requested it that way. And then what I've done is I've just fitted an MRO, a Somo Gear pet box. This is the best pet box you can get for the money in my opinion. A vertical grip, which is an FMA Magpul copy, which goes straight into the M-lok. And then I've used some Aries M-lok rail covers just because it makes the thing super comfortable. I'll of course get this on the little table I've got here and show you this in more detail in a little bit better lighting. But straight away, let's get into the chrono and the accuracy test. On the chrono, I'm using 0.2 gram BBs. What I will say about that is this is a sample that was sent to me a very long time ago, sort of last year. It took its time to get here. As soon as I received my sample, a few days later, we received the actual stock, which we've got on the shelf. We've got these in black and bronze. They're available in 2 colours. They are available in 4 different barrel lengths and setups, but we've only got the 9 inch in at the moment. So this one's FPS will be a little bit different. I think it's a little bit higher compared to what they usually are. So this one, as it came to me, is a little bit high on the FPS. It's doing about 350 to 360. Some sites might allow that, but obviously for me gaming, I'm probably going to drop that down to the 340 mark, just so I'm safe on any sites I go to. The ones we have in stock are usually pretty much a little bit lower than that. This just being an advanced sample, which wasn't that advanced because I got it at the same time, was a little bit higher. But you can literally pull the castle nut. I have loosened this off so it's easier to show you. You can remove the castle nut, pull the sling plate back. You can then rotate the stock on this thing, and your QD spring guide is right there. So changing the FPS on this thing and the power is going to be super easy. and putting this back on is a nice easy task. So all you do, you rotate that in a few times, put your sling plate back in, be careful not to go too far obviously because you don't want to catch your wires, and then that's when you get your castle nut tool, your armourer's wrench, and just not tighten that up. This is a new stock from Aries. It looks a little bit modular. It looks like they're going to be doing some little sliding bits for it. I think they've got a modular piece that you can slide a mag in. But it's nice. It sort of mimics a little bit compared to a Magpul like CTR or MOE stock. I can't quite remember. You've got QD points on the back there as well. What I would probably do is just use one of the Aries sling plates and just swap that one out with how easy it is. The gun is not heavy at all. Obviously it's going to be a bit more weighty now. I've put bits and pieces onto it. But it's really nice and easy to shoulder. Obviously putting the grip on the edge makes it a little bit easier. You would obviously put the M-lok accessories on there as you want it set up. But let's get to the accuracy test and the chrono test. 0.2 gram BBs. Accuracy test I'm using 0.3s. I did adjust the hop a little bit. It has got a bit more adjustment on there, so you could go a little bit further. So we'll get that out of the way and then we'll get it on the table and take a closer look at the Aries M4 X Class. 0.2 gram BBs, 11.1 LiPo battery. Ignore that reading, that's from something else. Let's put the first round through it. Right, lots of consistent there within a few FPS. What I will say is this is a sample that was sent to me ahead of the stock, so I have noticed this be a little bit higher compared to the stock that we've now received on the website. And the tickets do indicate that this one is slightly bit higher on the joule and the meter per second readout on the gun compared to those we've received for sale. So yeah, not a bad, still within legal limits. And with the quick spring change you could very much easily, you know, swap that spring out, put whatever you want in there, set it up to a DMR, whatever you want to do. So let's go and do the range test. 15 metres, 0.3 gram BBs. Easy, you ain't missing. Let's go back to 30. Right, 30 metres, 0.3 grams. See how she does. I can still slap that target, but hot probably did its dialing a little bit better. Let's get straight back to 40. All the way back at 40 metres now, 0.3s, let's see what it does. I'll adjust the hop if it needs it. Needs a tiny bit more hop. Let's get that go. BB, let's put some more in the mag. So, sorry if the gun's really close to the camera there and it's really loud. The gun does sound nice and smooth. It does, from my perspective, look like the groupings are getting a little bit better as I put more rounds through it, so there could just be a bit of grease and stuff on the hop unit, but the results speak for themselves. Slapping a target at 40 metres, no drama whatsoever. So let's get back in the studio. So here we have it. Beautiful, isn't it? A little bit darker on the bronze compared to the photos in real life. Obviously with the light on it now, the artificial light is showing up a little bit lighter, but it is like a midnight bronze if you look at the Cerakote colours. In fact, I'll leave the bits and pieces on there. So as you can see, You've got a 9-inch m-lok handguard. It's like a Geisley style, very nice. Radian arm style receiver here. They do take design cues from real manufacturers. The hop-up can be accessed here. You basically get this little wheel. You can put your thumb in there, it's very easy, and you turn that wheel down so that'll be clockwise looking down the rifle to add more hop. Right side bolt release, left side bolt release, and then we've got the mag release, which lefties are going to love, and the standard mag release, which, you know, the righties are going to feel familiar with too. QD points on both sides of the rail, plenty of m-lok space, as I've said. The iron sights are of great quality. You get your little diopter adjustment there. I think I actually have an M45 iron sight. They're plastic. They were very low profile. They had a good snap on them, you know, when they folded and released. You could use this to, at least I believe you could use this to, perhaps you couldn't. Perhaps it was set in its ways. So, as nice as it was, I ended up taking them off my M45 because I was running a red dot anyway. These metal ones, I do prefer them. The adjustment on them just seems a little bit easier to adjust, and the snappiness and the feedback on the clicks is very good indeed. I hate those M4 adjusters with a passion, but it is what it is. I'm just running an MRO, like a copy one. Seems to do well. Just I'm using this sight just because it has the lift over the pec, but I've just got it set up in a comfortable way for me. We had these are Aries m-lok covers. We do them in 3 colours. For a pack of them, I think it's like 12 quid and you get 4 in the pack. So I just shoved some of those on there, and it's very comfy indeed. You could use the grip, or you could use the handguard itself. They do come wired, and you can take these stocks off really easy. They do come wired to DIN straight from the factory. So you can just remove this castle nut, turn the stock out, get access to your quick spring change, and adjust the power if need be. So, a slim pistol grip and motor. Again, I love these grips. I've actually got my M45 just here, so we can see the size difference. Obviously the upper is very similar, if not almost the same. The lower is obviously going to be different. The grip is identical, I believe, and the motor. The M45 just uses a smaller version of this one here, or it might just be an older version and they've updated it, but it's nice and comfy. I don't feel like I need to replace it. I'll be interested to see what accessories they do for the stock as well. The selector, it's great feedback, and flipping it over to the other side feels great as well. Stops in place where it needs to be. They've obviously give you a smaller selector on the left hand side because most people are right handed shooters, and they've done that so it doesn't get in the way of your trigger finger. Whether you could swap these over, I don't know. Perhaps you could. Don't see why not. So yeah, very nice release from Aries. The mag here is their AMAG, their 130 rounder. I've had no issues with this whatsoever using them. Been selling these for a while now. They seem to work pretty well. The only thing I don't like about the Aries mags is that you can't split the casings. So a lot of mags, what they'll do, they'll have an inner and an outer casing. The inner casing you'll slide out, and then you can unscrew that, do your maintenance, and then the outer casing is just like a, you know, an outer casing. So can I? Yeah, there we go. With the Aries mags, however, you've normally got like a little detent to take the base plate off, and then use an Allen key to turn this out, and then that just follows the channel. But you can't take these mags apart. So am I loosening that? Tightening. Anyway, I'm not going to get into that today. Good thing about the base plate is if that does go a bit loose like it is, it can't go anywhere. It's like a PMAG style. Very cool indeed. I've tried all kinds of different styles of mags in this gun, and they all seem to fit and feed perfectly fine. I've tried some genuine, like old school PTSP mags. We've tried all the Battle Axe mags, they seem to work okay. We've tried drum mags. Aries do an M4 drum mag, which is pretty cool. I might do a video on that. So yeah, very, very cool indeed. If you want to see more on this rifle, let me know down in the comments below. They are doing a very nice DMR variant of this sort of design, which is called the 308. So when that comes out, I'll be very excited to see that, and I might pick one of those up as well, because I haven't had a DMR for a bit, and they look very cool. They're taking like what they did with Rapax and the M110, and they're just putting in a nice new body like this, with a bunch of different mags, a bunch of different rail setups and rail barrel lengths. They're also doing one which I think we're ordering in, which is their sort of long barrel variant, which comes in a case with a scope and 2 mags and other bits and pieces, so that'll be cool. I do need to find, it is a bit more annoying that they still fit in clockwise threads. I don't know why they haven't just gone to the 14mm counterclockwise, so it makes it super easy, but there are plenty of options out there. We've got the FMA suppressors in at the moment, which have the dual threads, so one side's clockwise, one side's counter, so that would go straight on there. Just make sure you remove the grub screw before you remove that. This has been the Aries M45 X class. I mean, I'd made my mind up that I was going to buy one of these before they released. I ordered an advanced sample. That turned up just before we had them in stock, which is a pain because it had to come from like halfway around the world. And I've shot it, you know, I can probably dial it in a little bit better on the range test as I get some more rounds to it. I could probably do with more than 40 meters range because, you know, my M45 will go out to 50, 60, no drama whatsoever. And you never know, I think I tend to just open these up, my personal guns, and just check everything anyway. It's not something you need to do. The gun sounds nice and smooth. It takes the same batteries as the M45, which is great. It comes pre-deansed. And honestly, I'm over the moon. Can't wait to get it on the field. Perhaps I'll strap my cameras to it and do some footage. I haven't done that in many, many years. So thanks for tuning into this review. This is the Aries M45 X class. I hope you've enjoyed it as much as I have. And if you want one of these right now, they're on the website, bespokeairsoft.co.uk. We've got them in black and we've got them in bronze. The bronze is superb. However, if fancy's not your thing, we've got the black in stock as well. Thank you for tuning into this video. I'll see you in the next one. If you've got something specific you guys want to see, down in the comments below, let us know. A like and subscribe goes a long way. Have a great day, and we'll see you soon.